Hello, I'm Cordelia, and it's the first day of in-person rehearsal. I'm so excited. I'm doing a Midsummer night stream. It's my first ever Shakespeare performance production. Today is the first rehearsal, which means we're gonna get to know the cast, we're gonna get to hear the design pitches, and we're gonna do a read-through. And I also think that we're gonna do like cast building, which I'm not entirely sure what that is. It's probably gonna be like getting to know our characters, each other, yada yada yada. It's all high schoolers who have a strong passion for the theater. We work 6 days a week from, well, it kind of changes once we get into tech, but it's right now it's from 10 to 5. I know about half the cast from other productions that I've been in with them, but there are some people that I don't know yet, so I'm looking forward to meeting them. Another thing is that in the adaptation of our script, there are many references to COVID. In fact, my character is the COVID safety officer in the play, and Vermont lifted the mask mandate and we're 80% vaccinated, so COVID really isn't prevalent anymore. I'm interested in how that will play out and how it's going to affect the script. And the other thing is that the script is changing as we're rehearsing. So, you know, it's not set in stone. So, Tessa, what does it feel like to be back in person?
Pretty great. I've been missing it. It's way better to be doing in person than Zoom stuff, and it's just nice to be able to connect with other cast members again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? So, we started off with introductions, basic name, age, grade, school. Usually we do a fun fact, and I had one prepared, but we didn't do one. And instead we said what our favorite thing about doing in-person theater is, or like getting to leave Zoom theater, which everybody is really excited about. We heard the design pitches for costuming and set design, and oh my goodness, the costumes look incredible. And then we did a read through of the entire script. Because it's COVID restrictions and all that, we can't have an intermission. I also think it's worth mentioning that this theater is supported by a local hospital, so they get information and advice from this hospital, so everything's like very serious. But we can't have an intermission, so it needs to be short, and we also need to like make sure that the audience members don't need to pee during the performance. So we need to make it very interesting, because the second that they are like, oh, I think I need to pee, they don't pay attention to the show, which equals less laughs, less claps, less attention to us. And the way that we make sure that they don't need to pee is making it very interesting and having big events every 5 minutes is the goal. And then we went to the pizza place to get French fries, because that makes sense. And then it started pouring, like pouring. It only lasted a few minutes, which was good. And by the time we left the pizza place, the rain had already passed. And then we went back to the theater, and then we chatted a little bit about the read-through, and then we started talking about Shakespeare and language and vocabulary and how to interpret his text and clues that he leaves in the script. Because, okay, this is interesting. So basically, the Shakespeare performers, the people who performed Shakespeare back in like the 1600s, did not have much rehearsal time. So Shakespeare would leave clues in the script, which meant what type of punctuation he would use, or whether or not the certain words were capitalized. Also, fun fact, because Shakespeare's work was so precious, they didn't want to make multiple copies of his script as they were being made, so the actors would get like a cue sheet, is what I think it's called, which basically has the first few words before their line and then their line, so they'd have to pay close attention to those like few words that they were given. So I just spoke really fast, and I think I said a lot, and blah 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 blah, but I will, oh, here's a picture from rehearsal with Tessa. to day 2. Okay, so I am walking to rehearsal right now. It's second rehearsal, and it's actually no, that's a lie. It's not very hot. It's not as hot as yesterday. It's only 82 today, but the humidity is 72%. Today in rehearsal, we're gonna be doing a lot of book work, which means going through the script, making sure we understand what our lines mean, making sure we're saying them correctly, like we're putting stress on the right words, and that's just that. I want to try to show you the costumes, but I'm not sure if they're available, so we'll see. I have not cast this also.
Why you haven't what?
Whenever I come back from rehearsal, I'm this way. I'm just like, my childhood dreams are coming true. I get to be a fairy. So today in rehearsal, we did book work, we did movement work, and we also did character building, which is like my favorite part in the entire rehearsal process. And basically my dreams are coming true. My childhood dreams are coming true. So I get to play a fairy, Cobweb, and you have to understand that when I was a child, I was obsessed with fairies. Like, that's all I ever wanted to be. I was obsessed with them. And now I get to be one in a play. So, Cobweb is very badass, and to quote my director, could kill a. This is definitely not what it's gonna be like in the show. The reasoning for all of this is because today our director said that we wouldn't be able to do crazy extravagant makeup. And listen, I know this is not crazy or extravagant, but I'm not good at makeup. So just know that, like, this is a lot. And because we're gonna be doing so many costume changes, also that's another thing, so many quick changes. A costume change is when you have to go from one costume to another in seconds, like literal seconds. Okay, there are very crazy quick changes out there, and I have not done one in so long, but quick changes, some people hate them, some people love them. I think if you do a good quick change, it's very impressive and you feel really good. And you also have this adrenaline rush because you have to make it. Like, you don't have a choice. Like, you have to go off stage, you have to change, and you have to go back on stage. And that's that. Like, you don't have a choice. The reason why I did my makeup was because of all of those quick changes. My, like, Cobweb won't be able to, you know, wear that much makeup. And I was like, okay, I need to do my makeup. Another big dream that's coming true is I get to give the curtain speech. I get to live my childhood dreams, and I get to give the curtain speech to the show. Curtain speech is basically the little blurb before the show where you're like, hey, welcome to the show. We're so excited to be presenting this to you. So, I just learned so much fun. I had a great time in rehearsal. Yeah. Okay. Headed to rehearsal.
Can you put one foot on the mulch for me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Part of our rehearsal was watching other productions of A Midsummer Night Dream. This one was A Midsummer Night Dream from Bridge Theatre in London, and it was very entertaining. I really liked how they incorporated like modern elements to it with the ad-libs and the songs, and I loved the fairies' costuming and makeup. It is a bummer that we can't do the type of makeup that they did, because I'm playing multiple characters and there are quick changes where we can't, you know, do really crazy intricate makeup between. But I really love this production, and, you know, it's research, right? Another interesting thing that this production did was they switched the lines between Titania and Oberon, which meant that there was a queer relationship between Oberon and Bada.
Sing me out to sleep, and then to your offices. Let me rest.
Now all is well. Wanna look, stand sentinel.
Aye,
Okay, we are off to rehearsal. It is Friday, the last day of the week. It is a drowsy day, and it has been all week long, which is lit. So today is a very fun day because we are doing a read-through. But not only are we just doing a read-through, we're going to improv the entire blocking, which is something I've never done before, and I'm kind of excited about. Everybody in the cast is so incredibly talented and very funny. I just cannot wait to see what everybody has to come up with. But, yay, up to rehearsal.
Then in the afternoon, we watched a Shakespeare performance that was happening at the theater that we're going to be performing in, and our director was actually in it. But because of the rain, we were only able to watch the first 20 minutes. But then I came back a couple nights later and we watched it again.
She was excited to see me.
Thank you for joining me for this week. Make sure you like this video and subscribe and hit the notification bell because there will be more videos like this as I go through the rehearsal process. I'm so excited. So stay tuned. Bye.